Hey everyone, this is Victoria English, top coach with Project 90. Thanks for listening today. I am going to talk about something on a lot of our minds. If you're listening to this podcast, you might be what we call middle-aged. And certainly, as much as a gift as getting older is, it also comes with some challenges. And one of those is, am I looking older? It's only natural to want to preserve our youthful looks and to look our best and feel our best, hopefully. But sometimes we just want to look good. I know I do. I'm turning 51 next week, and it is a gift to get older. I'm a cancer survivor, so I'm happy to blow out that extra candle each year. But, vanity is still a thing. We all want to look good. And so I'm looking in the mirror and thinking, how are things turning out? How are things going along? Well, we're going to talk about that. Does alcohol make us age faster? And if it does, why? And what do we do about it? How much alcohol do we need to drink to accelerate the aging? And how little do we have to drink to slow it down? But before we get started, let's talk about some stuff for you. You can get your hands on the Alcohol Freedom Formula at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/guide or by texting the word guide to the number 44222. That's for the US only. Also, if you are a high performer and you are ready, finally ready, if you're like me, you went back and forth for a while to get long-term power over alcohol, you can speak to me about possibly joining Project 90. Schedule a free call at alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule or text the word Project 90 to 44222, US only. When you book a call, you will hear from me. Again, this is only for high performers who are ready. Let's get started. We have a lot of messages given to us around alcohol. And when you observe the world around you and you look at the ads, you look at the commercials, even if you're walking by a beautiful sunny patio, the message you're getting is that alcohol is sexy. Alcohol is fun. Alcohol is what you need to look and feel your best. That is very carefully curated material when we look at those ads. And even when we are walking by a patio, that's a glimpse, a snapshot of what people are really going to be doing. Maybe you're catching them early in the night, their first or second glass. What's reality? What does alcohol do to us? Well, it ages us. There's a funny story that if you join Project 90, I'll share this with you. Our members get a real kick out of it. There's a classic picture of me at age 44. I'm with my girlfriends. We're on a getaway trip. Back then, I was teaching Pilates. My background is in dietetics, the science of nutrition, and exercise physiology. It's what I've spent most of my adult life doing. I thought I looked so cute. I was called the green juice girl. I was always juicing, always working out, pushing myself, trying to look my best. I was also drinking a bottle of wine most nights. So you look back at that picture. Oh, to top it off, I'm also wearing a really cute t-shirt that says champagne is the answer. Is it? If you put that picture next to a picture of me now, and if you're watching this video, you can see what I look like now. And you said, which is Victoria at 51 and which is Victoria at 44? I would bet you a green juice that you would pick the picture now as being me at 44. As I mentioned earlier, I am a breast cancer survivor. I had a lot of stuff pumped through my body, 16 rounds of chemo, radiation, multiple surgeries, and a long recovery. Wouldn't you think that the chemo would make me look pretty old? And yet, if you look back at that picture, that smiling woman looks puffy. My cheeks are so full. My clothes look just a little bit uncomfortable. I'm still fitting in that size, but they just look a little snug. I look bloated, even though I was working out harder than I do now. What is the difference? How can I look younger after all the cancer treatment? Well, the difference is alcohol. I no longer drink it. Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Chemo is poison. Wait, I'm confused. Is alcohol poison? I don't know. Let's decide. What does alcohol do to our body? Well, I'll start with this. It is a very, very inflammatory substance. So when you wake up the next day after a heavy night of drinking, and we'll talk about what is a heavy night of drinking in a moment, are you looking thin and fit? Or do you look puffy? Are your eyes bloodshot? Does your skin look dull? Well, I think if you're listening to this, you know the answer. Why is that? Well, alcohol is a vasodilator. That's why you'll see those red eyes. The blood vessels expand. At higher levels, it's also a vasoconstrictor. So that means it tightens the blood vessels, and that can lead to broken capillaries. That's why if you drink regularly, you may start to see some splotchiness in your skin, especially on your cheeks. Red wine is a real big culprit for that. It also suppresses something called vasopressin, and that tells the body to hang onto water. But since it suppresses the vasopressin, that's a lot of words, a lot of pressin, isn't it? Vasopressin tells your body to hang on to water. When we drink, vasopressin is suppressed. That's a mouthful. That's why we urinate so much when we're drinking. You know how those, especially the ladies out there, the bathroom lines? Yeah. Well, what happens when we're urinating so much? Well, we become dehydrated. Everyone knows what dehydrated fruit looks like. It looks dull and wrinkled. Well, the same thing happens to your skin. That's why after regular drinking, your skin looks kind of dull and flat. And those little crow's feet and things like that are exacerbated. You don't look youthful and full and plump. It also depletes you of vitamins, all of that urination, vitamin A. It depletes your collagen. It depletes your collagen, which naturally, as we age, decreases. So we're just giving aging a head start or a boost when we're drinking. I think I mentioned that alcohol is an inflammatory substance, and that's why everything just feels hot and wrong. That's why your gut is kind of wrecked. It messes with your gut microbiome. That's where a lot of your nutrients are absorbed. So if your gut is kind of wrecked from the inflammatory alcohol, that's another opportunity for vitamins to not be absorbed properly. You see where I'm going with this? It also has been indicated that alcohol depletes our zinc, and that has a lot to do with our hair and our nails. So you may have hair loss. Your follicles may not rejuvenate as quickly. Your nails may be brittle and break more easily or peel. This doesn't sound much like a glamorous thing, does it? There was a study in 2019, and it looked at heavy drinking and facial aging in women. I'll just give you the highlight reel of it. They looked at lines in the face, especially the forehead lines, the lines between your eyebrows, crow's feet, the tear troughs, which are, those little hollowed out spaces under your eyes. The marionette lines, you may know what those are, the nasolabial folds, kind of like when you smile and your cheeks lift up, those lines between your nose and your cheek. And it also looked at lip fullness and the blood vessels broken in cheeks. The study indicated, the results showed that alcohol increases the rate of aging, those lines showing up in every single area of the face, especially the forehead lines, the lines between your eyebrows, crow's feet, and, I forgot this, mid-face volume. So, when you smile, when you're young and you have those nice, happy cheeks, and then you get older and it looks like your cheeks are falling down. Yeah, that's the mid face volume. Alcohol is going to accelerate that mid face volume loss. Whew, that's a lot, isn't it? Now, you may be thinking, well, that's like heavy drinking, right? Those are people who, oof, they must be like drunk all the time. The study saw that calls heavy alcohol use 8 or more drinks per week. 8 or more drinks per week. Well, what's a drink? A drink is 5 ounces of wine, one 12-ounce beer, or 1.5 ounces of spirits, liquor. A 4-ounce glass of wine. Have you seen the wine glasses at restaurants? If I recall correctly, the options were, would you like a 6 or 9-ounce pour? Well, I always went for 9 because, well, why not? So just that first drink, that first glass, as I called it, was over 2 drinks. Just that first glass. Well, I certainly wouldn't have just one. So just in one evening, it was highly likely that I was ingesting a week's worth of alcohol. If you drink 1 bottle of wine per night, you are having 35 drinks in a week. Take that in for a second. So again, that study showed that it accelerated aging in every area of the face. Sometimes people will try to outsmart the effects of alcohol. They think that, well, I'll get some Botox, or I'll get some filler, or I'll buy really expensive face creams. It's not going to do the trick because the skin is constantly regenerating and trying to repair itself. And aging is aging. It happens to the best of us if we're lucky to get there, right? We're going to get older. We're going to look older. But why give it a helping hand by pouring alcohol into your body? It can be a little tough to accept this stuff, right? Gosh, we do so many things. Often we do so many things to try to look younger. But it can all be wiped out just by 8 or more drinks a week. Another thing that alcohol does is messes with your, how do I put this nicely? Messes with your hygiene. When you are drinking, do you have an optimal bedtime routine? Do you go to bed and go into your room and carefully wash your face, apply your lotions, maybe your under eye lotion, moisturize your cuticles? What about brushing your teeth? Do you remember to brush your teeth? How many mornings have you woken up with maybe purple teeth? I speak from experience because you either didn't brush your teeth or you forgot. What about the full oral hygiene routine? Are you flossing? Are you making sure your gums are getting nice and clean? When you're drinking, probably not. It might be more likely that you fall asleep with some makeup left and it kind of settles into that dehydrated skin the next day. Maybe you brush your teeth or maybe just a little bit. Mascara. I had that under my eyes sometimes. That doesn't sound very attractive, does it? That doesn't sound like one of those ads. Those people clinking on the patio, they're not actually going to look like that, right? Don't they stay looking that glamorous the whole evening? Yeah, I don't know. Do they? And how about this? Body odor. Ew, yuck. Who wants to smell bad? Now that I don't drink anymore, boy, I can tell who does. You can smell it. You know why? Because up to 10% of the alcohol that we ingest is unprocessed by the liver. So guess what? It leaves our body through sweat, exhalation, your breath, and urine. So if you've been drinking, you smell like you've been drinking. You know what it reminds me of when I went to college and you'd go into a bar in college and it just reeked? It's because there's unprocessed alcohol on the floor or and people spilling their beers and things like that. Ooh, smelled so bad. I don't know if you smell that bad after a night of drinking, but you don't smell good. Alcohol is leaving your body. You probably didn't take very good care of your skin or your teeth the night before. It's not really matching up with the messaging that we're sent, is it? These are just facts. That's why I like to do these podcasts, because it's just the truth and there's no judgment around it. There is a very, very good reason why this happens, why high achievers like you and me can fall into this kind of yucky habit. It's kind of gross. But if you're listening, then you're probably doing it just like I did for years. And hopefully you're not wearing a cheesy t-shirt that says champagne is the answer, like I did. I promise if you join up, I will share that picture with you and you will get a good laugh. So there's a good reason it happens, that we go from just being, maybe a casual take it or leave it kind of drinker to that drinker where we are not taking optimal care of ourselves. And we are giving Father Time a fast pass to age us, to make us look older than we are. Again, as I said, my birthday is coming up next week, turning 51. I'm really grateful to be able to blow out a candle another year. Boy, it does not mean I want to look it. I want to look as vibrant and healthy as I can. And the one thing that I can do is not drink. That is going to give me a bigger advantage over Father Time than any lotion I can buy, than any green juice I can drink, than any filler or Botox I can have put into my skin. It's just the facts. So, like I said, join us here at Project 90, and we'll talk about why this happens and how you can get real freedom. If you're trying to do this on your own, it can be really tough. In Project 90, it's not only empowering, it can actually be really enjoyable and fun. You're going to meet people who get it, who are intelligent, educated, successful. And there's that one darn thing that is dragging them down. So, like I said, if you are ready to quit alcohol, either for 90 days or longer, get in touch with us. If you want to be considered for Project 90, go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule. Don't waste another minute because time is marching on. Don't let it march across your face, right? Take back that power. See what it's like to wake up without those bloodshot eyes, without that dehydrated skin. When people join us, I ask them to take a selfie on day 1, day 30, day 60, and day 90. And that is priceless. So again, please reach out, get in touch with us. We can't wait to hear from you. This is a tremendous program. We have an awesome time. And I hope to hear from you soon. Remember, it's alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule. This is Victoria English, and I wish you all the best. Take care.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I want to load you up with some free stuff. If you look in the show description, there's a link there to get my guide, which is the Alcohol Freedom Formula Guide. And in that guide, I will walk you through the process and system for successfully reducing or quitting alcohol. It's the same system and process that I give to my clients inside of Project 90. And if you would like to get your hands on that guide, you can click the link in the description part of this episode, or you can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/guide. Likewise, if you would like to be considered for Project 90 to join our community and get some accountability, some coaching, and have fun, achieve some goals over at least 90 days with our help and support, then you're invited to schedule a complimentary coaching call with one of my coaches. You can do that by clicking the link in the show description or going to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/schedule. Now, Project 90 is for over 30s only. And it's really for people who are ready to get long-term power over alcohol. You don't have to quit forever, but you will have to quit for at least 90 days with our support. Just a reminder, 95% of my content is free and plastered all over the internet. If you just Google James Swanwick and the word alcohol, you'll find that. For those of you who want additional support, if you want coaching, fun, accountability, if you realize that you can't do this on your own or you just plain don't want to, then I invite you to schedule that call and we can talk about if Project 90 is for you. If you would like to take some of my supplements, swanvitality.com is the website. I'll put a link in the show notes as well. I have a liver support product called Loving Liver, which I designed and specially formulated to help remove toxins from your liver after years of alcohol consumption. Again, there's a link in the show description. We've also got a green powder there, which turns into a green juice filled with amazing ingredients to support you and give you energy throughout the day. And there's also a magnesium product, which I take every night to help me prepare for sleep and to sleep through the night. So there's a few options there. Lastly, if this episode or the show in general has helped you or supported you in any way, I would so appreciate it if you would write a review. It really does help the show climb the rankings and expose the show to people who don't yet know about us. So if this show has benefited you in any way and you feel compelled to pay it forward, just writing a short little review, hopefully a nice one, will be so appreciated and I will thank you immensely. Lastly, if you'd like to talk to me about anything at all, feel free to send me an email at james@alcoholfreelifestyle.com. I do read and respond to every email. And you can also follow me on Instagram at James Swanwick. Send me a message there. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. Catch you on the next one.